Hello world, from whichever time zone you're catching me from, my name is MD90. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification to all so that you do not miss the uploads that come out. And the easiest way for you to navigate the channel is to head to the playlist. You'll find videos curated for you based on your interest. So if you're interested in the Kutika podcast, you'll find a playlist for that. For news and trends, there's a playlist for that. Exclusive with MD90, a bunch of playlists that are created based on your interest. So the easiest way to navigate the channel is head straight to the playlist and you'll find what you're here for. Consider becoming a member of the channel. Right next to the subscribe button is a join button. You click on the join button so that you can become a member of the channel. You support the team on the production and a number of things that we're doing here, and we appreciate that. Well, a couple of hours ago, Seer1 held a broadcast. It was unannounced, and then he just went in on President Hakainde, Hichilema, and the UPND government. So within the broadcast, he says he regrets that he supported the UPND and the fact that they've disappointed the people according to his analytics. And now he started the fight against the UPND government, and he was going to do everything in his power to ensure that they leave government in 2026. And he was also commenting and commending Edgar Lungu for listening to his advice. Earlier on, he had done a live stream where he was saying the advice that he had given to Edgar Lungu for him to form a new political party and forget about the party that they are fighting for, the PF, between Mao Sampa and himself. And that's where the Ukwa Alliance, which has been regarded as a pressure group where a bunch of political parties have come together to fight the UPND. So he says it's based off his advice that he did that according to him. So within the broadcast, he did a lot of rants. He wanted to start saying he had some information. He wanted to review to the general public with regard to deals that are being done at Community House. This is the place where the president stays. It's personal house. Then he said, no, that information is going to come later on during the year or maybe in 2025. And then, yeah, he just went in. And then also another thing you're saying, because his podcast had a good audience, you're saying people are laughing at his audience that he's been having over the years. Like it's just minimal people that have been tuning in to listen to his broadcast. And yesterday when he started talking about Zambian politics, thousands of people tuned in. And then he started comparing himself to the currently sitting President Hakainde Hichilema, to say, when the president goes live, the number of people that tune in to his broadcast cannot compare to what he had yesterday, meaning he, Seer1, is more influential than the president according to his analytics based off a live stream that he did yesterday. And as you expect, Simon Moalen wasn't going to let that fly. So immediately when the broadcast was taken on, he put up a post to say, the prophet Seer0, he calls him, he's not a Seer1, he's not a prophet, Simon says. And he did a live stream where he rebuttals everything that Seer1 says. So the highlight of what Simon Moa said in response to Seer1 was Nigerian false prophet Andrew Ejmandu, and then he puts open brackets and close brackets, Seer0. He thinks he controls Zambia when in fact Zambians are captains of our own political destiny. And we should focus on his own country, which is Nigeria, which is corrupt, which has a corrupt government, and he has no place for him to critique Zambian situation, because the situation in Nigeria is worse off. And that's been the predominant feedback on most of the questions. I mean, most of the people have been saying, how come he seems to be focusing on Zambia and not focusing on Nigeria? Because the situation in Nigeria cannot compare what we are going through in Zambia. Yes, we have various challenges, but by far the situation in Nigeria is worse, because even the load shedding is something else. So people are just like, yo, if you are that influential, why are you focused on Zambia? But the truth is, if you look at his broadcast when he's doing those normal services and this stuff of praying for people. The number of people that tune in are very few. He's not that influential in terms of political, I mean, his religious reach compared to what he had in Zambia. So most of the audience that he has on his pages or his platforms are Zambians. So once he starts doing the stuff that are not relating to Zambians, everything drops. So you could see what he was focusing on just after the broadcast. He was like, over 11,000 people joined us tonight. Thank you for trusting and giving me your attention once again, Seer1. And then obviously people who follow him, they say he's got a cult-like following. Their list chancer says, you killed us. We are suffering as Zambians, someone says, and people just react to that particular post. And then he says, we will correct the mistake, meaning the mistake of putting the UPND in power. According to him, he's the one that is behind the UPND taking over power. And now it's changed, but you can see his focus, because even if you listen to his live stream, he was focusing on people share the live stream, like the broadcast and stuff like that, which is more like he's just like a content creator. So he was focusing on that more to spread his message. And right after his broadcast, the first thing that he puts up is the number of people that tuned into that particular broadcast. So he has figured out to say his audience is in Zambia. Anywhere else is not regarded that much, because if he had the same impact that he had the time he was in Zambia running his religious church, he would have focused on Nigeria if Nigeria had paid attention to him. But because he has no ground in Nigeria compared to what he had in Zambia, so he has to focus on what Zambians are going through and what Zambians are focusing on. Hence, every now and then he reverts back to Zambia and says something that Zambians are going to pay attention to. But otherwise, Simon brought up a number of points to say, focus on your own country. You have your own corruption in your own country. How come you're focusing on Zambia? What facts are you bringing? In other news, Mao Sampa, if you remember earlier on, Mao Sampa was sued for defamation by Christopher Mvunga, the former bank governor of Zambia during the Edgar Lungu reign. And he was sued for defamation. So today he put up this post a couple of hours ago. He says, today today we filed our defense in the Chris Mvunga defamation allegation case on the Faith Musonda Cashgate saga. If you remember earlier on, the Cashgate saga that is referring to Faith Musonda, where money was discovered in Faith's house. So according to Mao Sampa, that money was cleared by Chris Mvunga. Well, yes, Chris Mvunga, and Chris Mvunga has sued Mao Sampa for defamation to say, what facts do we have to prove to say I was behind that? So that's why the case is. That's why he has tagged Faith Musonda saga in this case to say that's the backstory to this. He further on says, that's Mao Sampa, we have also submitted a list of key witnesses that we intend to subpoena during the trial in order to prove our innocence in this case. So he highlights a number of people that he wants to take the stand so that they can confirm his allegations, to say what he had put up the information is factual and stuff like that. So this case is yet to take off. You're just notifying the public to say, we have filed our defense. And obviously the court is going to announce the date of the case. And that's his wife, Chimunya, and himself earlier on celebrating Valentine's Day today. And he had a message for her doing this, for this. First of all, the Anti-Corruption Commission also had a message for the general public to say, Happy Valentine's Day. Before you accept gifts from your partners, ask them about the source of the money. If you suspect corruptly acquired, call us on, and they put the number there to report. And yeah, so people are just reacting to that, say no to corruption on Valentine's Day. All this small sample say, Happy Valentine's Day to my dear wife in Chimunya. We come far together, and absolutely sure that we're destined to go far together. I love you. I love you absolutely. And Mao Sampa. So further on, the vice president, the national vice president, Taina Lumango, seems to break her silence over while people have been complaining to say she's been quite quiet, even in parliament. she does respond to questions that are issued to her, but they want her to be more active. So she put up a response to say, okay, fine. You've been calling for me to become more active. So she says, this is on our official page. A truth may annoy, but believe me when I say it beats all lies. You can invent or excite the audience. I am getting in the ring with Costa there with bare knuckles this week. So she says, I mean, I'm going to have a political debate with Costa Mansa of Diamond TV. She's accepted his invitation to have a conversation, a political conversation of everything that the nation is going through. She's going to become more actively speaking these days, she says. So anticipate that conversation. Let's see how it plays out. What is Chief Etayari was giving his own reaction with regard to the God scandal. If you remember, he says, I am shocked to watch this video on the Kenneth Kaunda International Airport God scandal. Is this why the state was the state wanted the trial to be off camera? If it was those days, and Ganachia Pochi Live is saying, if it was those days, I would have given a reaction to this, because there's a video that's been circulating, the one that you see on screen, where those Egyptians that are involved in this case were making various allegations. And that's what Chief Etari is saying. Is this why the state was trying to hide that information from the general public? If it was those days, because he has said nowadays he's only doing social comment, he's not doing politics, because this is Chief Etari says, I'm overwhelmed with court cases. I cannot even think about Valentine's. Out at I cannot pretend to be happy in many ways. So if you find me, don't judge me. Simply saying I'm going through a lot with court cases, and that's the reason why he's avoiding commenting on political issues. Saying he's just going to at the bar. Marila Ngoma is just bar or nightclubs, drinking off his sorrow. And you continue commenting about social issues, not politics. But otherwise, if he was in a place where he wanted to be, he would have commented on that God scandal, according to him. What is Edith Nawaku is back in the ring. If you remember earlier on, Edgar Lungu, the Uka Political Alliance that they formed, there was a place where she was required to sign and be part of the press brief, and she did not attend that particular press brief. But today, it seems like she's accepted. So they're doing a couple of media runs, the same political alliance, like two members of the same alliance appear on radio or TV. Like yesterday, it was Golden Party President and Sawoi Imboila, NDC President, who are not FM. They did their own political explanation of what's going on in the nation. Today there was Edith Nawaku and Sakuiwa Skota. So another day, maybe it might be Edgar Lungu and someone else. So they're on a political tour of media houses. So amongst those statements that she issued, she said it is further on, it's extremely worrying. If things do not turn around for better, we might be experiencing a substantial requirement of humanitarian support. That's the National Coordinator for Disaster Management Unit, Poland. So he's one who issued that statement. And then you can already see that Membe is directionless. That's Moito responding to the court case that Fred Membe has filed against him at a police station, asking them to charge him with the same case that Shimba Kambwili has. And then when the UPND and HH hear the name Lungu, they suffer from diarrhea. That's Nawaki. So she's been issuing those statements based off the media tour that they're having as Uka or Unka. Uka, in fact, just wake up. This is Fred Membe. So the statement that Cornelius Mwento was responding to in relation to Fred Membe is this. So Cornelius Mwento reported to police. Socialist Party leader Fred Membe has reported Information and Media Minister Cornelius Mwento to police over a statement that the UPND worked with Patriotic Front member Chimakambui to issue tribal remarks so that the president, then President Edgar Lungu, could be hated by the people and brought down. Dr. Membe says the statement is a self-confession by Mwetwa of being party to Mr. Kambwe's hate speech, to which he was charged, arrested, prosecuted, and convicted by the courts of law. He notes that confessing to be party to a crime necessitates that Mr. Mwetwa is similarly charged, arrested, and persecuted for the same crime Mr. Kambwe was convicted for. Dr. Membe insists that Mr. Mwetwa, as a minister of as minister and chief government spokesperson of the UPND spokesperson, is not above the law and does not enjoy immunity and from criminal prosecution, which is only enjoyed by the sitting president. He feels that Mwetwa has confessed to promoting and encouraging and abetting tribalism, ethnic division, and hatred. So that's what Mwetwa was saying, responding to say Fred Membe is directionless. And we'll wait and see how that plays out, because the case has already been filed in at police station. Further on, this is another individual that has issued a statement with regard to Cornelius Mwetwa. Civil rights activist Benba Changala is calling for the resignation of Information and Media Minister Cornelius Mwetwa. This follows Mr. Mwetwa's alleged involvement in issuing tribal remarks on behalf of the opposition, then UPND, in an attempted bribery scandal involving the journalists from KBN. So there's an audio in which it's alleged Cornelius Mwetwa was asking for a favor for a KBN journalist to do damage control on his behalf after he had issued that statement, which is trending in the nation the past 3 days now, I assume. So they're saying that's regarded as bribe, in as much as later on, just at the end of that particular audio, Cornelius Mwetwa says, I'm going to pay you best of friendship, not necessarily that I'm going to give you any money. And then he laughs it off. So this is what Ben Changala is referring to in that case. In an interview with Phoenix FM, Changala has charged that Mwetwa is not suitable to be minister and chief government spokesperson due to the remarks he made, and urging President Hakainde Hichilema to promptly address the issue and heed to growing cause for Mwetwa to either resign or be fired. He added that Mwetwa admitted committing crime and expects the police to have moved in already to put a stop and call state-sponsored criminal activities. Meanwhile, United Prosperous Party President Charles Chanda has also called for the arrest and prosecution of Mwetwa over the recent revelation that UPND in opposition worked with PF member Chimba Kambwili to issue tribal remarks so that then the president Lungu could be hated by the people and brought down. Mr. Chanda has also demanded that Mr. Mwetwa resigns on moral grounds or allows for an active investigation into those allegations. So different sectors of the society are simply calling for the same thing in this case. While Given Luwinda has also issued a statement, he says, Hakainde Hichilema abused me. That's Given Luwinda saying. Patriotic Front Vice President Given Luwinda, this was in the Daily Nation a couple of hours ago. Patriotic Front Vice President Given Luwinda has revealed that President Hakainde Hichilema abused him just like he did to PF member of the Central Committee, Chimba Kambwili. Mr. Luwinda said he was abused when he was elected as chairman for information for the UPND to arrange meetings when the president never wanted him to anywhere near the National Management Committee. Those who do not know Mwetwa and President Hakainde Hichilema are shocked by the revelation uttered on Monday by Mwetwa, but I am not shocked because I know Hakainde Hichilema is an abuser who does not know how to keep friendships. So, if you remember, before Given Luwinda joined the Patriotic Front during Sata's reign, he was a UPND member. So that's where he's issuing those statements from, to say he was abused during the time he was a UPND. Oh, and then obviously the Zambian watchdog says Minister Mwetwa was merely being sarcastic to the Patriotic Front when he said UPND worked with Kambwili on tribal statements, saying State House spokesperson Hamasaka. So some damage control coming from State House by Hamasaka who's the chief. How about you refer to the role that Anthony Mwalia was occupying has been scrapped off. So the individual that's above Anthony Mwalia is Hamasaka. So that's where anything from State House comes from. He's the one who's saying, no, that was just like a sarcastic statement from Mwetwa, according to Zambian Watchdog. So that's the news, ladies and gentlemen. My YouTube channel. Make sure you click on the subscribe button, you click on the notifications to get the notifications of every video that I upload. I try to upload every week, sometimes every day of the week, but definitely each week you expect a video. So make sure you click on the subscribe, like this video, and there's much more on the playlist. So visit the channel and see you around.